Good evening, and welcome to the October Board of Education business meeting. We have a quorum. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes? The following minutes, September 25th.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved in second. On the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Madam Clerk, any correspondence?
The district clerk received emails from the following community members: Annie Gionandan, Shanika Rios, Kashif Chauhan, Patrick Annie, and Kat Normal Guzman.
And this is the first count here. Moving on to the board superintendent.
Good evening. Welcome to the October meeting of the Board of Education. As a reminder for those who may be new to our meetings, there are 2 public comment periods each month at the business meeting. Answers to questions made during either public comment will generally be given the following month in this superintendent's report portion of the meeting. In New York, October is the month that School Board Recognition Week is observed by more than 700 school districts across the state. This evening, as a district, Valley Stream 13 would like to recognize the years of service represented by the present members of our Board of Education: President Anthony Grosso, Vice President Gerardo Cavalieri, Trustee Patricia Farrell, Trustee Sarah Sabatino, Trustee Andrew Scrow, and Trustee Milagros Vicente. Although we have a continuum of service that in some of our members are serving in their first term, while others have been serving for multiple terms, what is consistent is their dedicated commitment to our children and this district. They work tirelessly, not just at what the public sees in terms of their twice-monthly attendance at committee and board meetings, but also behind the scenes, including keeping abreast of changes in educational policy at federal and state levels, enhancing their board service through their commitment to ongoing board member professional development, and participation in facilities, business, education, and policy committee meetings. And so, we'd like to publicly thank our board members for their unwavering commitment and voluntary service. I'd like to read a proclamation from the Governor of the State of New York, Kathy Hochul. Whereas New York State has one of the best public education systems in the nation, which is comprised of 731 school districts overseen by more than 700 school boards, whose members are the educational leaders in their communities, determining policies that govern the operation of their local public school systems and providing guidance for a statewide school system that serves nearly 2.7 million of New York State's children. And whereas our state's public schools consistently maintain high standards in every aspect of a student's learning experience so as to best meet the educational needs of all children and to empower them to become informed, productive contributors to society and an ever-changing world. And whereas we recognize the role of school boards in partnering with school administrators and educators to provide students with a safe and healthy learning environment and ensure optimum opportunities for intellectual and personal growth, and whereas members of local school boards are committed to serving the children and schools of our communities and devote many hours to elementary and secondary public education as they continually strive for improvement, excellence, and progress in education, recognizing that all children can be successful learners, and whereas these dedicated individuals are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and the public's expectation to the district by working closely with parents, educational professionals, and other community members. And whereas during School Board Recognition Week, special activities and programs will be held in communities across New York State, and it is fitting to join in acknowledging the commitment and contributions of members of local school boards who help strengthen our public schools and ensure the best educational experiences for our children. Now therefore, I, Kathy Hochul, Governor of the State of New York, do hereby proclaim October 14th through 18th, 2024 as School Board Recognition Week in the Empire State. So congratulations again. Now we have a special presentation from our students and our district art coordinator, Mrs. Janice Boremski, and our art teachers, Mrs. Geidel and Mrs. Newt, are here with our students to present to the board.
Okay, so
Good evening. I'd like to thank the Board of Ed for providing us with our wonderful art education program. And we have our 6th grade students here presenting you with ancient Egyptian pyramids from our ceramics program. So we'd like to present them right now. We have Caitlin Hunt. To Trustee Vicente. Just stand up, if you don't mind. Thank you. Seven is a gift to the Valley Stream 13 boardroom, so I'll just thank you. Thank you so much. And Benjamin has a gift for Anthony Grosso. And Leilani to Trustee Scrode.
Trustee Scrode couldn't be here with us tonight, but I'm sure that he will watch on the camera and appreciates your art. Thank you.
Teniola to Trustee Farrell. Andrew's gift is for Trustee Sabatino. Miles' pyramid is for Vice President Cavalieri. Catalea has a gift for Dr. LaRocque. And the students would like to come up and read a little poem for you about ancient Egypt and wisdom.
You want to stand right here?
Wisdom is not a destination, but a journey that never ends. In the potter's hand, clay takes form, shaping wisdom in the kiln horn.
Each vessel a metaphor for life's mold. In the potter's craft, stories are told.
The artisan's craft with care and skill, in each creation, wisdom's thrill.
A blend of art and knowledge in harmony. The artisan's work, wisdom's symphony.
The ancient rune, etched in stone, holds wisdom's key in glyphs unknown.
In its markings, history's face, in its essence, timeless embrace.
On behalf of all Valley Stream 13 students, I want to express our sincere gratitude for your dedication to our education.
Your commitment to creating a supporting learning environment truly makes a difference in our lives. Thank you for your hard work and believing in us. We appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Excellent job. Excellent.
Thank you so much to the sixth graders. This is an amazing, amazing gift, and once again, we thank the Board of Education for their dedicated voluntary service to the school district and to all the students and families in Valley Stream 13. And we'll give you a minute to find your parents and okay, back to the superintendent's report. Recently, the Board of Education has been contacted by our community neighbor, the Long Island Jewish Valley Stream Hospital, which borders the James A. Deaver School. The hospital is working on improvements to its service that includes the installation of a new MRI machine. The hospital has asked the board to consider allowing the temporary use of the Deaver property to facilitate the installation of the new MRI into the hospital. The board will be carefully considering how to best work with the hospital on this project that will benefit our wider community. We anticipate providing more information regarding this important matter as it is carefully considered and as decisions are made. Last week, there were concerns expressed among parents and on social media regarding a disciplinary matter in our schools. The Board of Education and myself as superintendent understand the importance of trust between school and home. Our students cannot be successful without this critical partnership. In today's interconnected environment, the balance between transparency and confidentiality is a critical issue for school communities. Striking this balance not only ensures that stakeholders are well informed, but also protects the privacy and integrity of students. Transparency in a school context involves openly sharing information about policies, procedures, and school performance with the community. This fosters trust and ensures that parents, teachers, and students are on the same page regarding the school's operations and goals. Confidentiality, on the other hand, pertains to protecting sensitive information about students, including academic records, personal details, and behavioral reports. Maintaining confidentiality is not just a matter of policy, but also a legal obligation under laws such as the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA. The challenge lies in balancing these two principles. Transparency without confidentiality can lead to breaches of trust and legal repercussions, while excessive secrecy can breed suspicion and disengagement. Balancing transparency and confidentiality is a dynamic and ongoing process that requires commitment from all members of the school community. As a district, we practice transparency as much as possible. We post information on Parent Square, the district website, in newsletters, the district calendar, and in the local paper. Administrators provide reports to the board on a monthly basis at public meetings. Both the committee and the business meeting of the board are recorded and posted on our district YouTube channel. Reminders about public meetings are posted on Parent Square. Parents are invited to district committees and participate in curriculum, wellness, nutrition, budget, and hiring committees, just to name a few. Our district guide to communication is posted and shared widely, and I would encourage families in the district to utilize that document to ensure that you can contact the right person to receive information that is important to you. Teachers and administrators are trained in the requirements under New York State education law and FERPA. School officials will not disclose or discuss another family's child with other parents. If a parent receives a call about an incident with their child and another child, the district staff member will not disclose the other child's information. Principals follow the code of conduct when handling disciplinary matters. You can find the full code of conduct policy on the district website on the Board of Ed page with a link to the board docs site. The district has many resources at their disposal to work with families and children so that we can provide necessary supports for everyone involved. Our district team will continue to work hard to provide a nuanced approach that achieves the right balance of transparency and confidentiality so that we can work together as a community for the benefit of our children. That concludes the report of the superintendent. Thank you, President Grosso.
Thank you. Moving on to Education Committee, Trustee Vicente.
Good evening, everyone. I want to excuse my voice, it's, not doing well today, but I want to move item number 1, memorandum of agreement of Mr. Teaching Assistant. Be it resolved, the Board of Education hereby ratifies the memorandum of agreement executed by the Superintendent of Schools and the Valley Stream Teachers Association for the District 13 Teaching Assistants Unit for a contract covering the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2029.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I move item number 2, appointment of teaching assistant to appoint Amara Haroon as a teaching assistant on step 1 assigned to the James Deaver School as listed in the motion on 4 years probation commencing on October 30th, 2024 and expiring August 29, 2028 in accordance with the VISTA TA contract in effect on the date of employment.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I move item number 3, curriculum approval of materials, resolved pursuant to the New York State Law 17093 and 4. The Board of Education hereby prescribes the following curricula, materials, and textbooks be included in the course of study by which the pupils of the district schools shall be graded and classified. Mystery science.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I move item number 4, approval of teachers to instruct parent workshops. Resolve the Board of Education hereby approves the following personnel to instruct a parent training and counseling workshop between November 2024 and June 2025 at a rate listed in the motion to be funded by the 611 grant, and those names are listed in the motion.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
In section B, resolve the Board of Education here approves the following personnel to instruct a family engagement workshop on November 20th, 2024, as listed in the motion, not to exceed 2 hours, to be funded by grant 611.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. President, I move item education consent agenda number 1 through number 8. which ends in page 5.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, Mr. President, if you allow me, I would like to give a report on the Education Committee.
Sure. Yes.
During our recent Education Committee meeting, we took a deep dive into the significant initiatives and enhancement on the way in the Office of Special Education Department. Here's a summary of what was discussed. Inclusivity and student collaboration. Dr. Dunn, Dr. Randis, and I discussed how inclusivity remains a core mission in Valley Stream 13. Along with building administration, families, and teachers, they actively collaborated to create opportunities for students in small special classes to engage with general education peers throughout the day. For example, during morning meetings, students from both settings connect and build relationships. Additionally, initiatives like the Community Helpers Program, led by Mr. Mullen, paired general education students with small class peers to collect library books together, fostering social and language skills in a supportive environment. Gifted and talented students also contribute by designing collaborative learning activities with students in small classes. These programs aim to create a welcoming, inclusive atmosphere where every student feels valued and supported. We also discussed enhancement communication and language accessibility for families. The committee reviewed the department's commitment to accessible communication for families. They provide information in home languages using bilingual staff, translation software, and the Propio translation service. CSE meetings are conducted in families' preferred languages, with families encouraged to invite their own translators if they wish, ensuring that communication remains clear and inclusive. We went on to discuss family engagement initiatives. As you can see, we did approve something this evening. The team emphasized that family engagement is central to their approach. They're offering monthly workshops on particular topics, such as toilet training, argumentative and alternative communication, literacy, shared book reading, and strategies for managing picky eating at mealtimes. Led by dedicated Valley Stream 13 staff, these workshops are designed to strengthen the home-to-school connection, offering valuable insights and support to families. We also discussed continuum of services in Valley Stream. Finally, the committee highlighted the district's commitment to a comprehensive continuum of services to meet students' diverse needs. This includes small special classes with targeted instruction, full and half-day integrated co-teaching classes that allow students with special needs to learn alongside their general education peers, and resource room services for students needing additional support outside their primary classroom. This continuum is designed to provide a range of settings and supports to help each student reach their potential in the least restrictive environment possible. I want to let everyone know that the next Education Committee meeting is on November 26th at 10 a.m. and is open to the public. Thank you very much, and that concludes my education report, Mr. President.
Thank you very much for that detailed info. Moving on to Business Committee, Trustee Farah.
Good evening, everyone. I move item 1, the independent audit report, to accept the independent audit report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024, prepared by D'Arcangelo and Company.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I move item 2, an appointment of assistant payroll supervisor. Resolve the Board of Education hereby appoints Julia Hegner to the position of assistant payroll supervisor on step 4, the amount listed in the motion, effective October 30th, 2024, pending board approval, civil service clearance, and unless sooner terminated.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item G, I move as a consent agenda, numbers 1 through 3.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And that concludes the business committee for this evening.
Moving on to the policy committee. We have one of the policies for first reading. The recommended action is we're reviewing 2325, which is video conferencing of board meetings, 8414.5, which is alcohol and drug testing of bus drivers, 8414.5R, alcohol and drug testing of drivers regulation, 8414.5E1, alcohol and drug testing of drivers exhibit, 8520, free and reduced meal services, and 9260, conditional appointment and emergency conditional appointment for student safety. Also, just want to do the policy committee update. We met today and reviewed the first portion of policies that require annual review. The committee also reviewed policies with recommended changes from New York State School Board Association that included policy 1120, school district records, policy 5500, student records, student privacy, and policy 9270, which is regarding substitutes. The committee also discussed the new artificial intelligence policy with Ms. Domingo, the Director of Instructional Technology and Innovation. The policy committee will send the AI policy to the full board and anticipates further discussion at next month's meeting. And that concludes the policy committee. Moving on to Vice President Cavalieri for facilities.
Facilities, we met today for a plan to discuss outlook of small and large projects for the remainder of the year and for the new year coming. We meet, just a reminder, we meet every, prior to the business meeting of every month. More to come in the near future on that. That concludes the committee, facilities committee. I'll move on straight to the committee of the whole. I move item 1, that's the appeal. Resolve the Board of Education hereby denies the appeal of the individual listed on certified Schedule A and hereby authorizes the district clerk to issue correspondence to such individual.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move K 1 through 9 as a consent agenda.
Again.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That concludes the committee of the whole.
Moving on to the report of the attorney.
Thank you. Tonight I'll provide the district clerk with a report where the Commissioner of Education ruled on an otherwise ambiguous law as to the age at which a child becomes eligible for kindergarten and pre-K. The Commissioner ruled that a child who turns 5 years old on November 30th is eligible for kindergarten, not pre-K. That was part of the law was not clear when it was originally passed, and the state has meant to clarify that issue.
Thank you. Moving on. High school report, anything from the high school?
Unfortunately, I don't have one for this evening, but I will catch everybody up next month.
Thank you. Old business, anyone have any old business? No. New business? Okay. I actually have something for new business here. So I see there's a lot of parents here to speak tonight, and I say I know the feeling. It's part of the reason I ran for the board is because I felt like there were these transparency issues. And now that I'm here, I can tell you I see the dilemma because now that I know everything, there's confidentiality, can't always share what's going on, and things that are done and what happens. And I'm just looking for something, maybe from the superintendent, to kind of bridge this gap, right? Everyone needs to feel confident that the kids are safe. I love seeing parents out there because I personally rather these conversations, than other ones. And I feel like a lot of the times people seem to be probably on the same page. It's just something we can do to bridge this gap of transparency, right? That's part of the reason why I got here, and now I'm here to tell you I see both sides of it. So that's what I'm just looking for, before everyone speaks, because I see the forms. Something I wanted to always bring up. You don't have to have an answer now, but just something I was interested in. Okay. All right. That's it. We will move on to the recognition of visitors. So, also want to start more notes. I got 2 pages here. So, like I said, the board's happy everyone's here. It's important that parents are involved, and I want all the messages to come across. So, just a couple of things I want to go over. It's going to be a 3-minute. It's kind of a hard stop on the 3 minutes. Just make sure we're not mentioning specific, children or incidents, and that we're also not going to respond. Right? We're still listening, and you can leave your information with the district clerk. We'll get back to you. But just as long as you have those rules, I don't have to use this, bang this wooden spoon on the table and look silly, because then I'm in front of you to laugh at me about it. But we would like to bring up Ms. Guzman first.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education and Dr. LaRocca. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak. I'm sure you may recognize my name from the very detailed emails I've sent you. I stand here today not just as a concerned parent from the 3rd grade class at Wheeler Avenue, but as a voice for children who feel powerless when facing inappropriate behavior within our schools. Recently, a student has exhibited troubling, inappropriate behavior toward multiple classmates. The nature of this behavior, which I must describe as sexual, has left affected children feeling anxious and unsafe in what should be a supportive and secure learning environment. Every child deserves to learn and grow free of harassment or intimidation. Yet this incident has compromised the right for several students. While I acknowledge the school's efforts to address issues as they arise, there has been a notable lack of transparency and communication with parents. We have been left without critical information on what actions are being implemented, creating doubt about whether our children's safety is truly being prioritized. This lack of openness did not occur solely following this incident, but has also followed other incidents, reinforcing a concerning pattern in which parents are consistently kept out of the loop. This erodes trust in the system that should be trusted to protect all students. It is essential that the student responsible for these actions be removed from the classroom until a thorough investigation is completed. Allowing them to remain puts others at risk and sets a troubling precedent that such behavior is tolerated within our schools. This is not about one individual, but about ensuring a safe environment for all our students. A culture of accountability must be cultivated. School administrators should prioritize student safety, keep parents informed, and make them partners ensuring a respectful and safe learning atmosphere for everyone. It is equally important to balance confidentiality with transparency, as trust cannot be rebuilt without open, honest communication. I urge you, members of the board, to take decisive action. Implement policies that not only protect students from harassment, but also ensure transparency with parents. This is our opportunity to strengthen our school system and create a community where every student feels safe, supported, and respected. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see positive changes that reflect our commitment to every child's well-being.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Miss Fatima, please. Sorry, I can't read the last name here.
It's okay if I don't speak into the microphone? You can't hear me. Okay, I'll speak louder. I just don't want to speak into the microphone.
You could move it down if you
All right. Good evening, board. Thank you opportunity to speak. My name is Fatima Badawi. My child attends Wheeler Avenue School. Up until recently, we've had a pleasant experience. However, with the recent incidents taking place, I'm saddened to say that my trust for the school admin has been shaken. My expectation, and any other parent's expectation, is to have transparency with the school. You are in charge of not only the education of our children, but also to keep our children safe. I appreciate that this is a big responsibility and that you have to manage many children's well-being, but I won't accept that my child or any other child's well-being is compromised. My primary complaint tonight is that I wasn't informed when a fellow classmate exhibited sexual behavior around multiple children, to which extent is unknown. The school should have not brushed it under the rug, from my perspective, only for me to learn through the grapevine. I would like to also add that my child learned from her fellow classmate during class, which left her confused and uncomfortable with information she doesn't know what to do with it. The school had a duty to inform me and other parents of what is happening and what actions they are putting in place to protect all children. Because although this incident is framed as a confidentiality issue, the whole class environment was changed to accommodate the incident, with no explanation to the children. I was robbed of an opportunity to parent my child and to check in with her. Furthermore, I find it unacceptable that when an opportunity to settle the parents' concern collectively arose, we were denied under the guise of it being inappropriate. Better communication needs to be put in place. All incidents need to be addressed directly from the school admin to the parents. Thank you for your time.
Mrs. Brenda Lund.
You can't hear on the screen.
You can't hear.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, good evening, everyone. My child goes to Wheeler Avenue School, and I am new to the community. I'm saddened to say that my son was a victim in bullying, and he is a very warm-hearted child. I discipline my child, but I also have them, teach him about self-esteem. So if I send my child to school predominantly the whole day, I would want my child to be safe, and I as a parent want to trust the school. The principal, she's amazing. She does her due diligence as much as she can. Teachers are amazing. I feel there's a lack of communication, transparency, protection, and overall lack of staff, lack of supervision. A lot of things can be avoided if there was more supervision because we need more staff. And this will trickle down to the amount of students we have currently in the 3rd and 4th grade. Right now, there's 26 students in each class, and I know the magic number is 27. So what happens now? We're in October, going to November. What happens if students come in and to register and we meet that max of 27? What happens then? Yes, we don't have space at Wheeler. It is a large population in that school. I feel the principal needs help. She's doing her best. And by that means she needs other colleagues to assist more hires. We need aides. The field is full of dirt, sand. These kids are inhaling this. We have kids that are medically have asthma, allergies, and the field doesn't help. Now, a lot of incidents occur during recess time or during the gym time. But again, I understand, we as humans, we could only do so much, and as teachers, but we don't have enough staff. And I think that is the goal here is, as a district, we need to hire more people, especially at Wheeler, where there's a large population compared to other schools. I feel that, I don't know if assistant principal is a possibility. I lived in Queens. I don't know why we don't have assistant principals. Is it because of part of the budget? I don't know. But I would love to learn that. And I'm sure all the other principals in other schools are amazing, but they need help. They could only do so much. and they can only follow protocols, regulations, policies like everyone else. But we need to make sure as parents that we're safe.
Thank you very much. Okay, that concludes the recommended business. Can I get a motion for, that concludes the meeting?
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss legal matters and personnel with the assistant superintendent and our attorney.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
That concludes the Board of Education business meeting. Thank you very much for coming. Have a good night.